Shall we sit here like so many cabbages on sticks, while mere peasants win all the glory?" He had a way with words, I must give him that. And more besides. Edward of Carnarvon was one of the best-looking men I ever saw. There was something of Apollo about him. His face was handsome in a fleshy sort of way, the hawkish features of his Angevin forebears softened and plumped out by the Spanish blood of his mother, Eleanor of Castile. His hair was burnished gold, falling to his armoured shoulders in tumbling ringlets, his body that of a vigorous young athlete with a wasp waist, barrel chest, broad shoulders, and long muscular limbs. In short, all a young knight-at-arms should be, raised on the very best of everything. Yes, all a knight and a prince should be. To look at. It is easy to write now, but I already harboured a few doubts about young Edward. I shared them only with my squire, César. César was a born rogue, a gambler, womanizer, drunk, murderer, and thief, among other things, but never betrayed my confidence. "See, my prince," drawled a familiar voice, "perhaps your lord father will signal the attack." The voice's owner pointed at a lone rider galloping up from the river towards the royal pavilion, a vast affair of red and gold silk planted on the ridge above a muddy slope leading down to the water. Longshanks himself sat at a table just inside, playing at chess with one of his cronies, Earl Warren. The two old men were clenched in concentration over the game, their white heads almost touching. "Well spotted, Brother Piers," said Edward. "As ever, you see further than most." He smiled fondly at the man he called brother. Piers Gaveston met it with a smile of his own. Their eyes met. An uncomfortably long silence fell while I massaged my aching belly, and the prince's guard tried not to look embarrassed. He was escorted by 12 Castilian men-at-arms, all clad in red and gold Angevin livery and bearing crimson lances. They made a brave show, though I had yet to see them fight. This Gaveston, whom all the world despises now, was another fine-looking man. He and Edward might have been born to complement each other. Where the prince was fair, he was dark. A man of Gascony, he had the blood of southern lords in his veins. His skin was brown like mine, cropped hair, black as jet, and his eyes soft and brown, with a hint of mauve in their depths. They complemented each other. Edward was built like a bull, broad and powerful. Gaveston was just as tall, but slender and sinewy, without an ounce of spare flesh on his lean frame. A superb jouster and brilliant swordsman. I sparred with him once, and he disarmed me within seconds. He could be wonderful company, with a jest for every occasion. Often around the supper fires on gloomy, drizzling nights in the drenched Scottish marches, he had us in fits of laughter. I can still hear that nasally Gascon voice, his tra-la-la accent, tripping and stumbling over northern French. He spoke the Languedoc, of course, the tongue of the south, as he recited some filthy anecdote. Gaveston could play the refined courtier with the best of them, but he also knew how to make soldiers laugh. A man of many gifts. Prince Edward and Piers Gaveston. What's this, old man? A tear drips down my rattled cheek. There. Let it fall. Let it stain the parchment beside their names. Someone, at least, should weep for them. The sad days lay ahead. On the banks of the Cree, in the midst of that damp Scottish summer, both men saw only glory before them. They were young and strong, and the world was theirs to conquer. Or Scotland, at any rate. "Let us go forward," cried Gaveston, flexing his sword arm. "I slew 3 Scotsmen yesterday. I wish to make it a round dozen." The prince grinned in pure pleasure. He loved his Gascon favourite, too much, as it turned out, and encouraged Gaveston in his wild boasting. "Patience," Edward said gently. "We must wait for my lord father. You will have the chance to get your sword wet, I vow." I glanced over the river. This was the Cree,